Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning meditation together. Taking time to arrive. As we're going to be working with vision today, the sense of seeing and vision and inner vision. It might be nice before you close your eyes just to orient around your room and take in a few objects. And maybe one object in particular that you'll hold the image of in your mind. It can be anything. It can be your coffee mug, a picture, a cushion, a favorite object, whatever catches your attention as your eyes land on it. And then when you've got that object in your mind, and your mind definitely has it, the invitation is just to allow your eyes to gently close, gently settle, making that transition from the external world of sight gently, gently into the inner world. Knowing that when one does close one's eyes, your brain state changes. The drive state switches to an inner world, which is why we close our eyes in meditation when it's comfortable for us. Taking a moment to register how you are today. Continuing your practice of taking time to arrive, taking time to settle. Maybe taking 2 or 3 conscious breaths. Gently and softly beginning to drop in to that sense of quiet, inviting stillness. And as we start, let's take a moment to rest in our breath. Just as it is, no stretching or changing, just gently arriving in our breath. Giving this sense of a gentle landing. Moving into our inner world. As you concentrate on your breath for a moment, I'll speak a few words about inner seeing. Can absorb, and then we'll drop through some levels, see where we arrive. So as you breathe, Today's meditation is an invitation to create space for your mind to work with image, with seeing and inner seeing. And your mind holds the memory of every single thing you have ever seen. And you carry a vast library and vocabulary of images. And in the ancient schools of Egypt and the Hermetic and Pythagorean schools, visualization was held as a sacred practice. The inner image was seen as a bridge between the material and the spiritual. And when you hold an image clearly with focus in your mind's eye, your nervous system and energy body and your electromagnetic field begin to align with the vision. And in terms of extrasensory perception, this would or could lead to clairvoyance, clear vision, clear sight. And it's said that inner imagination opens the pathways to this. So visualization, where you come to hold a vision or image steadily and clearly, can open up the way to inner seeing. So the key is to allow focus and be open to seeing what comes to you. So we start with the object that we saw before we closed our eyes. And as a note, as always, if at any point during this process it doesn't feel right for you, you're not comfortable, return to your breath and rest in your breath. So bringing into your mind's eye the image of that last object that you selected, and simply hold it with focus in your mind, in your mind's eye. And allow yourself to sit with stillness and that image. And if the mind wanders or starts to get very inventive around the object, gently invite it back just to holding the image. And take a couple of breaths, breathing in, breathing out, letting go of that image. Now bring into your mind's eye an image of a triangle, just a triangle, however that turns up for you. Holding the shape of the triangle in your mind's eye. And let that fade. Now bring in an image of a square, a simple square. Gently hold that image with focus in your mind's eye. Fade. Now bring in a circle. This universal language of shape and form that we know so well. Now allow your mind to bring the triangle, the square and the circle, one inside the other, in whatever order it decides to do it, and hold an image that has a square, a triangle and a circle in it. And let that fade. And take a breath or two. Now bring into your mind an image of a spiral. And then imagine that there's a little light traveling around the spiral, traveling from the outer edges inwards. And let that fade. And let's rest with our breath for a minute. And now an invitation for a little visualization, a little journey. Imagine walking. It's early morning, the light's just coming into the sky, and you're all wrapped up warm and cozy with thick socks and warm boots, and the ground below you is frosty and frozen. It crunches beneath your feet. You're walking over some grass, crunching beneath your feet. And you're taking it steadily. You're walking towards an expanse of water, a beautiful lake. There's mist above the lake. You can see the light reflecting on the lake. It's not strong, but it's a very atmospheric view. As you're standing by the water, you hear the sounds of big wings above you, and you look up. There's a beautiful white swan. It's flying right over you. Catch your breath. What a wonder. And you watch as the swan, the sound of those wings. The swan comes bit by bit to land on the water. You watch as it settles on the water. You come to settle on a rock and sit on it just by the water's edge. And you're looking at the water across the lake, and the mists are beginning to clear. The early morning light is coming through. Bit by bit, the sun is burning off the mist. And the water stretches out in front of you. You see the gentle ripples near your feet. You look at all the different reflections in the water. The land rises up on either side of the lake. Closing the lake in a valley. And you look far down the valley, as far as the eye can see. Noticing colours. Blues and greys. And you notice as the sun gets stronger in the sky becomes more blue. And as the sun gets stronger in the sky, you notice lighting up small ripples on the water on the lake. And you see there are other water birds. And you let your mind's eye travel around the scene, taking in the different birds, the hills in the distance, the sparkling water. And you take a moment just to absorb the scene, the peace, the serenity, sense of calm, and sense of everything as it should be. And you take a moment just to breathe, just to be. And as we come to the end of this process, we're going to move away from this scene, maybe taking one last look and offering some gratitude for being able to see such beauty. And bringing back into your mind's eye the object that you started with. Allow that to come into focus and everything else to fade. And holding that image in your mind, take a couple of deeper breaths. Letting yourself know you're going to open your eyes in a moment. And when you do, you're going to look back at that object that you started with. So gently, gently in your own time, lift your gaze to look at your object. Come back into your space. And thank you for your meditation.